Just want to share you guys what I have done on my 10th gen or my Civic Type R, how I created this texture here and this pull strap on this Civic Type R or 10th gen Civic. So what it is that I've seen some Porsches that have this, and I went online. I did find some website that sells it, but it's too expensive for me. So I made my own, and I'll show you guys how I did this. And first off, this is how I did it. We need some of these parts, which is I'm using an aftermarket housing, and the strap right here is about $10 for the pair, online, Amazon, and the aftermarket housing is about $20 or so, non-OEM, because I'm going to cut it apart anyway. And I'm going to show you how I did mine, homemade. All right, so I have a long nose pliers. I inserted it over there, and I went to push down the retainer right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that. And now I pulled it, the pin is off. So this should come off, and this should come off as well. And there it is. So wait, not it is yet. There it is. So I'm gonna be saving this just in case I need it one day. The spring and the lock. So luckily, the top part, which is the lock button, it's separate from that, and we can reuse the lock mechanism, of course. So technically, the whole idea of this is for this thing, oh sorry about that, for this thing to go in there, just like that. So we can pull. It's a little bit thicker though. I wish this was a bit thinner, but it's a bit thicker, but that's okay. So we can pull the lever, you know what I mean? So now we're going to design, or I'm going to make something that will block off this hole right here, or we can actually just leave it like that. So we'll have a better, I don't know, we'll figure it out. So that's that. Let's see what else we can do. All right, so I Dremel around it, around this inner side right here. That way there's no sharp edges. So I rounded everything off, kind of reduced the height right here. That's just what I did. That way there's nothing snagging in it. So all the edges are not so sharp inside right here. So the thing will move freely. You know what I mean? I got this old epoxy resin that I've used before in some of my building stuff. So I have this Tomcat material. It has a backing on it. So what I'm going to do, I don't have any CAD machine that will make me a little piece right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace around this. I'm going to get a tape. I'm going to cut out a tape, and then I'm going to use the Tomcat material, cut out a piece, right? I'm going to wrap it here. So it's just going to cover it like that. And then I'm going to use the epoxy resin to harden it. That way it acts just like a door on this side, okay? So hopefully it will, so it's gonna look like that. Let's see how it looks like. Let me build it now. All right, guys, so I did do the epoxy resin, so hopefully this will dry soon, and I will go ahead and I could have just wrapped it with like Alcantara or something like that, but hopefully this will look okay. Something different. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and work on the other one while we wait for this to dry, probably until tomorrow. So it's going to take a while for this thing to dry. So that's going to be the cover that I created. And put some epoxy in the back end. There you go. All right, so here is the other one. I'm going to wait to dry both of them. There's a gap right there, but hopefully when you put it in, you can't see it. So we'll follow up tomorrow morning when all this thing is fully dried up. What do you call that? The stuff is dry. I'm lacking of words here, guys. I'm so sorry. So this is dry. It came out really nice, as you can see. It has a texture on it. Both of them are dry. And this is how it looks like so far. Just like that. So, and when I open the door, I'm gonna measure, cut, and then I have one more bracket that I need to create. That way when we pull the strap, so you can see when you pull it, so it won't come off from the little cylinder that pulls the strap. But I'll show you guys. But anyway, that's how it looks like now. It's pretty cool. My own what do you call that? My own what do you call this? Homemade blocked space or gap in here. That way it looks more like it's part of this, you know. So that was a Tomcat material. I'm glad it came out dark, so it's not red and black. That way it kind of gives you that little texture in there. I did not make it shiny. I could have made it even shinier, but I don't like that. But this is kind of cool. It looks like a carbon fiber, but yeah. So I'll wait until tomorrow to put it on and cut and measure. Here is the final outcome of my cover. They look so shiny, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this panel. So just get like a plastic piece to pop this out. That way you don't scratch any of your stuff. There you go. Lift up. Because we're gonna be removing that screw right over here. We're gonna go ahead and unplug this pieces right here and pull from the bottom all the way around, okay? Of course, we're gonna have to remove these two little screws on there. Just go ahead and unclip these two little notches on each on each section. They go out like that. And then just pop these two right here. All right, so I did cut to measure, and then I got one of my ballpoint paint, and then I did cut like a mesh. You could use whatever metal you want, but I don't want to drill a hole, so this one already has a hole, and it's lightweight. Now there is the hole. I have managed to put everything back on, and there is my work. Back to back, there is a plate on the back end of it, so it looks like that. Homemade, guys. Remember, not a professional like that. I made this on my own. So we're gonna go ahead and before you put everything back, guys, make sure you test it. Make sure there's no snag on here and there's no snag on the other side, okay? When you do lock and unlock. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back and test it out again. Hopefully this time it's correct. And this is how it looks like on the car. Nothing is snagging. Make sure all the locks and locks work. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back, and this side is done. I'm gonna do the other side. The panel is on, and plug everything back. Oh, wait, did I put the screw on? Oh yeah, don't forget that little bolt right here. Everything just snaps back in. The bolt, as you can see right here, homemade, guys. All in all, my spending is about 20 bucks for the door lock panel, and then 10 bucks for this. And then I have some material that I had laying around. So when you have this, make sure there's no snag, okay, guys? See? All right. That's cool. Just a novelty, guys. Doesn't do anything. Just inspired by the Porsche pull straps. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time. God bless. And the lock works. Everything works. And I'll catch you in the next video. Homemade pull strap on a Civic 10 Gen Type R, specifically. I'll catch you in the next one.